So Spencer, could you tell me what you thought about RSVP when you went there?
Well, personally, the whole thing, multi days that you're in session the entire time, and it was a little aggressive, and it takes you back. Like, they definitely, I think that's purposeful as well, to kind of catch you off guard. It's all very quick. They don't really ease you into it. So it took me a little while to really kind of digest it all, and at the time I was a little like, wow, this is kind of crazy. It's like a lot of different stuff, people are talking about. But after kind of thinking about it all and processing it, personally, I found that the way that it was set up was that it was, and whether this was the intent or not, it was basically telling all the guys there that we were the fault of society and that we were to blame, that we should feel sorry for ourselves and that we're part of the problem even if we don't realize it. So, that kind of turned me off for most of it. And quite honestly, I feel like, I took statistics class last year, junior year, and there was a lot of statistics that were used in the propaganda, or the whatever you want to call what they use to convince you of their theses. And when you kind of think about it, you can see how those statistics can be skewed. Like, just because there's one outcome, there can be several reasons. And just because, so if there's a trend in the data, that trend doesn't necessarily indicate a given outcome. It can be a lot of different things. And it could just be a coincidence and a byproduct of other things. So I feel like they're basically saying, like, all guys want is just to, screw women all day long. And you can see this by, this, and this, and this. But I think that conclusion is a little harsh, and that it's a little extreme. If you catch what I'm getting.
Yeah, no, I hear you there. And so you think that you felt unfairly portrayed by RSVP then?
Yeah, I was definitely. It was funny. They talk about that you're put in a box by society. That in this box you have to have huge muscles and you have to do this and that. And quite honestly, being there, I felt like I was being put in that box by RSVP, not that I was already in that box. And it could just be that, I also think of it this way, that I think Freeport as a whole, and especially the group of kids that I hang out with, is a pretty tame bunch and isn't part of the whole, you gotta act this one way to be cool. So my views of how you have to act to be accepted might be a little skewed. Mm-hmm. But I think that, what they're saying, that this is how kids act. It's like, it always brings me back. It's like, people talk about, oh, Facebook's so bad because, you're going to talk to a predator. Like, kids talk to predators online, and so that's why you shouldn't go on Facebook. It's like, no, dumb kids talk to predators on Facebook online. Like, trust me, I can handle it. Like, just because there are some people that do this doesn't mean that all teenage boys are like that. Like, I can handle myself. And I think a lot of, girls can too. And it ticks me off when people say, like talk to your parents, be like, you know what? You should be talking to your son about this because blah, 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 blah. And I feel like it was the same way that, just because there is this part of society doesn't mean that that's how, people see it, mm-hmm. and they might go along with it, but it doesn't mean that that's how they act and that's how they feel.